to Anita's wedding.
No,
I don't want to come back.
I think it's because for all of us when
My
we were
life fell
last
apart.
together, before everything fell apart and the government started going to shit, the last
It was the
memorable,
wedding.
lovely thing we had was
Yeah.
Anita's wedding.
Yeah.
Anita's
it
wedding was like
literally
the pivot point of everyone's life.
It was like the pivot, yeah.
It was like
I was never
everybody
invited
got
to that.
Hey, I
You
literally
were. The entire
Listen,
PD was.
exactly. The entire PD. I literally sent an email in the email chain of the PD inviting everyone and telling what it was.
Didn't you tag everyone?
I didn't tag people, but it
Well,
was literally there.
Fury,
I was not
don't
gonna tag
worry.
people for a wedding.
Fury, I wasn't invited to Flop and Ziggy's wedding, and neither
Oh,
was
me
Richard.
neither.
Okay,
Mhm.
that's
Me
Mhm.
neither.
that.
Yep.
It was impromptu. Okay, it happened a very long time ago. All right. I
You
thought
mean
we were over
it
that.
was improper? Okay,
You're
improper.
right, it was improper. It was. Yes, it did happen at MRPD. It was a whole
it was
thing.
like a little shocking.
Damn,
Yeah,
the
it
day
was
I
like-
showed
It was a little
the place I
shocking
showed
wedding.
up to every day.
Okay, well, not that day, Dad.
What time was it?
It was early-ish. Yeah.
I refuse to believe that.
Nancy officiated.
I remember seeing you guys walk out the room while I was dispatching.
Yeah, see?
You
The
know,
other
guys-
thing. Oh, go ahead. You can go.
I was gonna say, my my brother, he's basically my brother, right? He got married before the war because he was so scared that he was gonna die.
Oh
And I was promised a party. Because I wasn't there, and they were trying to hide it from me that they were married and everything.
hang on.
Yep. And I'm
Ro-
still waiting for the party, Viv. I'm still waiting for it. The goddamn freaking
wait.
party.
We definitely didn't have a party in Texas.
Oh,
They didn't invite you.
my God.
Jesus Christ.
Can't believe this.
Not a good luck.
What?
Rhodes, do you want to go?
Yeah. So really quick, after Reed was brought up, I thought it would be pretty funny to mention that looking into our interest form, I saw 2 entries for Reed Dankleaf. One of them says no previous experience, and then for why they want to become a cop, he said wants to become a cop because he loves Jesus. And then the next one,
that was the phase.
Yep, the next one was obviously Reed Dankleaf, blah blah blah. Suddenly he got experience. It says troubled past. Long time ago, as the chief of police.
Oh no!
I noted that down.
Reed.
I had to.
Listen, Reed is like a cockroach, okay?
He is
Except
a stain that just does not come out of the carpet no matter how much you do.
exactly,
And even when you replace the carpet, for some reason that stain's still fucking there.
But you know what? Oddly enough, you don't necessarily want it gone. You think you do, but you don't
want it
because it's
gone.
Reed.
I
No,
want it
no,
gone.
it's
I want
Reed.
it gone.
Oh my god.
I want it gone.
Oh,
I want it gone. Not say it to his face. I want him gone.
Okay, I'll go. So right now, I'm just a police officer in the police department. I was hired as part of what they referred to as the skeleton crew. It was kind of like a very bare bones, sort of skeleton of the police department. There weren't many people, which was fine. Though there's kind of an expectation that hiring would have happened a lot sooner than it did, especially with the amount of interest. Like, I showed up for our orientation. I saw tons of people that I saw every day. A lot of you people, in fact. And I was thinking, this is going to be great, right? There's going to be a very solid foundation for which we can train people up. Isn't the first time, won't be the last, right? We've gone through many sort of iterations of the police department. Many restructures in the police department. I thought, 5 years in between, it is what it is, but it's doable. And I'm gonna be real, it's been rough. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I have burnt out fast, but I don't know. I think sort of historically, my sort of experience within the police department is always I always get pushed to the line of hey, Matt, you wanna help with this? And then I say yes, but because I say yes, I can't half-ass something. It's like I'm all in. It's all or nothing when it comes to me and doing stuff. And so I've given it my all. I originally didn't go for FTO stuff. And then anyone who's in the police department now and knows sort of the current state of how things are, can likely vouch in regards to it being very rough. Like I said, shift 1, shift 3, we very often have 2, 3, 4 officers on duty, which means a single, which means a single call.
No-fly zone.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It truly means a single call takes up the entirety of the resources, and we cannot respond to any amount of concurrent crime, which is rough. Or even if we do, oftentimes we're now targets for some of our equipment that isn't necessarily available on the streets elsewhere. So it's been rough. It's been rough. You know, I think when I had checked, and Sky or Barrick, you guys can fact check me on this, but prior to some of our more recent cadets being bumped up to essentially solo cadet, I think we had 8 or 9 cadets in shift 3 with
9.
I think 4 or 5 FTOs. I think it was 4 without Turner, which is the captain. So logistically, right, twice the amount of cadets as we have FTOs, very problematic, especially when the level of experience that they have ranges so wildly. And so I was hoping that there'd be sort of a priority or focus on getting people with a lot of prior experience to sort of minimize, at least at the beginning, until there's a solid foundation to then push forward with. And that didn't happen, which was disappointing because, again, having been through this many, many times, I can sort of look at a situation and be like, that something ain't right, you know?
Right.
So thankfully, when, you know, in this more recent round of cadets, you know, we do have Anita and Lucas, and that was kind of reassuring, but still problematic because at the end of the day, we still have a lot of people who need to learn a lot of stuff in a short amount of time. Because if we can't get them from cadet to at least solo within a reasonable amount of time, I mean, we're shooting ourselves in the foot moving forward.
Is it mostly like police law stuff they gotta learn?
Everything, literally everything. I mean, I don't necessarily know that I want to say specific details, but it's rough.
Right,
it's rough.
I think one of the issues we also have is we came into this with a complete new constitution and legislations coming in.
It's true.
So while we're training all of these newbies up, we're also learning the new constitution and legislations ourselves. Like, for instance, if you actually check the constitution now, your amendments are not in that constitution. And if you check Article 5, that isn't your Fifth Amendment. That's search and seizures. So it's a whole new bag that we're having to go through, and most of your amendments are not in there right now. Yeah, and Stand Your Ground no longer covers the protection against theft of property. It just doesn't. If someone is stealing your shit, legally you pretty much can't do anything aside from call the police. Unless they've got your life at hand.
Yeah, I mean, if you're being carjacked, that's one thing, right? Like you can articulate self-defense if someone got a knife to you or is threatening you with a knife. But if someone literally goes to the back of your, you know, let's say grime truck and starts stealing some of your delivery boxes, legally, not much you can do. You kind of just
crazy.
Yeah, it is.
You can't do anything. There's no stand your ground with your property. So you can't do
Yeah.
anything.
One thing,
If they say to you, move out of the way, I move out of the way, I just want your bags, and you don't, you're in the wrong.
And one thing with this PD
Messed
is
up.
as well is the first thing that we got told on boarding when there was, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, there was probably like 25 of us to 30 of us across all 3 shifts in onboarding. Because I think pretty much all of us was there.
Yep.
The first thing they said to us, our PD is not about chasing the crime, chasing the pings. We're civilian. We're civilian based. Our job is to protect those. But they've taken that away from us by taking Stand Your Ground, because now they can't do it without getting screwed over. If they try to defend, you know, their Group 6 truck or even their house, like they can get screwed over, and it's made it hard for us because they're starting to dislike the PD already.
Yep. And
how do you fix something like that? We gotta get that into like legislation or.
Well, the reality is
like
we're
some
gonna
sort of
need
precedent
some.
set?
Yeah, pretty much. We're gonna need some ballsy cops willing to push things that legally may not be acceptable in that moment, but know that moving forward, change comes and things are going to get better. But for me, it's like there was a skeleton crew, and Louise, Barrick, Sky, everyone who's currently a cop. I don't know if y'all have noticed, but that skeleton crew has easily halved.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
If not
yeah.
less than half.
We've actually lost some of the
what?
people that was in the
They
skeleton
quit?
crew.
Some just stopped showing up.
Yep.
Oh, what the
Don't
fuck?
come around.
Yeah.
Some people I
Yeah.
ain't seen in. Woo.
They've
So-
actually cracked down on inactivity. I think I checked the roster maybe 1 week or 2 weeks after we all came and got onboarded. People was already getting marked down for inactive, like after 2 weeks.
Yep.
And
So-
then after 3 weeks, there was a couple of people that was at the onboarding that are no longer employed.
Oh my god.
I mean, that makes perfect sense. It's just like
Yeah.
it's like a brand new police department over there, ain't it?
So,
Mhm.
Rhodes, what you're
Yep.
saying is that the people here need to start up the sheriff department. We all need to go together and start up the
It's so
listen, I do
pretty.
too.
This idea is so pretty, guys.
I mean,
The
when
department there.
I mean, I don't know. Just thinking back to when I was a cadet and I was asked to pick a department. I'm not kidding. I literally flipped a coin, 2 or 3 times, and told myself if it continuously lands on like 2 or 1 or whatever, I'm going BCSO, and that's exactly what happened. And then, like I said, I don't ever really half-ass something, so I stuck through BCSO, and everything over and over and over. And never really considered any sort of transfer until it wasn't really what it used to be, and then eventually, went trooper. It was never. I mean, I flat out told whoever it was at the time, I don't recall. Like I really don't care to be a trooper. I have a position, here at the time, whether it be PBSO, whatever, and I'm content with that. Like I don't need anything more than what I have, or even want anything more. And right now, like I said, more recently, I expressed to Turner, which is our captain, I want an FTO because I don't want to contribute to complaining about a problem without contributing to the solution as well.
That's fair.
Now, logistically, again, the math just doesn't work. But in saying that, I'm hopeful that things change moving forward. Because like I said, I look in this room and I see countless people who would be phenomenal at their job that have applications in. And I know not everyone here has applied, but I see countless people here who would have no problems over the course of, 2, 3, 4 hours, pretty much getting caught up to speed, learning the new MDT and being good. But again, the reality here is these captains don't know any of you guys. And so when they're looking at a application list of 300 some odd people, which from my understanding is where it currently stands, most of y'all are probably getting overlooked on the basis that other people are claiming they have X amount of experience, yet they show up and can barely state a case law. So it's rough. It really is rough. And I straight up told the captain when I was expressing interest in FTO, I do not see the light at the end of the tunnel. And he said, well, where do you see yourself in 4, 6, 8 months? And I straight up told him, I can't tell you that because right now, if I can't even see the light at the end of the tunnel, I can't tell you that there's even like an exit, It's very rough because the burnout, we've all heard burnout happening in the past, right?
Yeah.
We've all heard, FTOs and
Hey.
stuff burning out.
Hello.
Hey,
Hey,
How you
Hey,
doing?
Juno.
Did you know?
Hey, Juno.
Many of you guys.
Hey,
know.
Juno.
we're all catching up.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So we've all, heard like FTO burnout, making sure that you're pacing yourself and not doing too much and prioritizing yourself over other people. Because if you don't, the long-term effects of that are pretty detrimental, right?
You can't really do that right now.
The thing is, we
No.
are burnt out, not even on the FTO aspect of
Just
things. We're
patrol.
burnt out just on normal
Hey,
patrol.
Spartan.
Yeah. Hey, Spartan.
Hey,
Yeah.
Spartan.
Hey, Spartan.
Hello.
I hope you're doing well.
Hi.
Living and
Holy
breathing.
shit.
Best we could do.
And
So
Rose, I think, like,
Go ahead.
if we got the question, all of us here who's not employed, if we got the question, do you want to work for us now? I think everyone will say yes on the spot.
I feel like an overwhelming majority
I
would.
not
don't-
everyone.
I don't think
but
everyone-
majority. Yeah.
Yeah. I would say an overwhelming majority, but not everyone. I
Not
know.
everyone.
It's
I know
okay.
for some
see-
people, it's they've done what they wanted to and feel that they're good,
They don't
and that's
want me.
fine.
Hello,
What was
how's
that,
it
Ziggy?
going?
They don't want me.
Hello,
Hello,
Ziggy.
hello.
Ziggy, you're fine.
Don't.
We
They don't
had
want me. Fine.
we had the academy last weekend, right? So the cadets were starting to queue up on Monday, and I counted from that Monday to this past Monday. I took 8 cadets in 7 days because I was
Oh my
doubling
God.
up on cadets. It's like it's rough, fucking, and it's
They're
such.
working y'all to the bone. That's kind of crazy.
Some of
Yeah.
them are like Red said, they were like, "Oh yeah, I have X amount of experience," and then they're struggling to explain RS and PC. It was something.
Yeah. For me, it unfortunately people can lie on applications, right? If someone says they have 5,
That's
6,
for
7
sure.
years of experience, and all you have is something text based in front of you, it's hard to determine. And obviously these people get interviews afterwards, right? But
Right.
some
Yeah, but
people,
why are they being hired if they can't even say RS and PC?
I don't know. So
That's
I don't know
like
if
So
they
for
do
me,
have an
it's-
interview, right?
well, yes,
that is
but
not asked on the interviews. It is not.
It's not asked. Yeah. That's
Okay,
what I
so
thought.
that-
Academy?
It was no, it was
Was-
explained.
No,
Yeah,
not
okay.
Yeah,
I
we
mean, it
Yeah.
was.
explained it.
They asked, as in, like, if anyone knew what it was, and then like kind of explained it and so on.
Yeah, it's I'm just really hoping we get some level of support soon, because if not, like I said, I'm you see the candle on the table, the 3 of them. We're
They're burning
Wait.
out.
okay.
What
It started
level-
way bigger than that, I promise.
What level of
Does-
support? Like, what
And it's-
would you need? What support specifically would you need?
Officers that know what they're
Yeah,
doing
numbers.
to be able to train other officers.
And it's only been
So-
what, a month?
How
Yep.
many
Yeah.
officers are there in total, and how many out
Uh,
of the total?
on
Give me a sec, I'll
average-
work that out.
On
There's
average,
a total of 60, almost 70 officers already.
is that with including
With 24
cadets?
cadets, yes.
Okay.
With 24 cadets.
So, despite that, like you weren't here when I had mentioned it, the original skeleton crew has like less than half its original amount, which meant that people who are sort of like previously qualified to FTO just don't exist. Rarely do they
They
show
don't
up.
show up.
Yeah. And it's very problematic in the sense that, like I said, I, on duty just about every day, with the exception of literally today, typically see 3-4 officers on duty for both shift 1 and 3. 3-4 officers. That is not even enough to deal with a senior bun stabbing.
3 or 4
No.
officers for shift 1?
Oh, yeah,
And 3,
today,
yes.
I
Today
can
was
That's
tell
only
you-
fucking
because
crazy, bro.
I promoted 4 of the cadets to PPOs today. That's why.
Yeah.
I can also tell you in shift 1, there a couple of days ago before I took the past 3 days off, there was me and 2 other officers that was on duty in shift 1. Quite literally, all 3 of us only came around to do paperwork because that we're so backed up on paperwork right now. I ended up getting left for the last hour of storm on my own because everyone was literally just there for paperwork. So I had to patrol with quite literally no equipment on me because if I went out alone, I
God.
was gonna get robbed.
Oh my god.
So
Yeah.
do you guys know how after the meeting is also like, peak time and so on Sunday? There was 3 of us. It was me, Denzel, Shiesty, and Cornwood. That
Yeah, sounds
was
about right.
it.
Yep.
And the only reason why this was the day that I got promoted to PO, right, to probationary officer. So that's why I could patrol alone. Because if not, it would have been just the 2 of them. So yeah.
So I don't want to be all doom and gloom, okay? But I will say this. I know a lot of you are, still sort of, ideally looking for the job. I also know every single one of you are really hard workers. Unfortunately, I don't have any say in hiring or anything to that extent. I'm hopeful that every single one of you gets an interview and gets into the police department. I will say this, though. Yeah, exactly. It's not going to be easy, but at the end of the day, I don't think anyone here expects it to be easy. We've all had our moments in the police department where shit wasn't easy. Everyone here knows how to deal with it. So just know that if you do end up getting in the police department, especially here in the near future, it's going to be rough, Okay, I'm just saying the light at the end of the tunnel that I don't think is existent right now, for me, would get brighter and brighter with each of you in the police department. And I genuinely, I mean that. It doesn't matter who it is here. I would love to see all of you in the police department, but like I said, not my call, unfortunately. But yeah, I don't think
what you're
anyone here
saying is-
signs up for an easy job, okay? I don't think anyone here would have returned to this shithole expecting shit to be easy, okay? That's
true.
what I'm saying.
That's true.
We've done it before, we could do it again.
I still think everyone here just want to help as well.
Oh, 100%.
Like, we see how
Yeah.
things is going, and we know we can help.
definitely.
And it's not a question of like thinking it's gonna be easy and whatnot. We know they need the help, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Hearing you kind of talk about this road kind of breaks my heart. That's kind of. I wish I could. You know what I'm saying? Like, holy
Yeah,
shit.
no,
I could
100%.
walk in there right now, get a badge and a gun, and help out. You know.
And the unfortunate reality is like the public genuinely does not know. When I am literally starving, like if I'm not eating in the next couple minutes, I'm going to pass out from low blood sugar. I have people screeching at me in senior buns. Okay, straight up, there was someone on the ground. I'm not kidding. I literally had to ignore them and told them, listen, I'm off duty. My blood sugar is low. I'm having a medical emergency. I'm sorry this happened to you, but I'm going to be there next to you if I don't eat in the next 2 minutes. Like,
True.
But they don't realize that. They think there's this whole sort of arsenal over at Mission Row PD with 50 officers ready to go and respond to any call, not realizing that, you know, one officer gets into an 80, that is literally 100% of the resources of the police department at that given time. It's rough. It's rough. But again, I don't think anyone here has returned with the expectation that it was going to be easy, which is why I'm confident in saying that, you know, it wouldn't matter which one, you know, any of y'all got approved. I'd be very happy with it. And I'm also glad y'all showed up today. Genuinely, it means a lot. There's kind of something just like I thought, you know, on a whim, and I was like, you know what, I called Snow. Unfortunately, Snow's not here today, but and then we kind of just all decided like, hey, you know, of a prior cop, doesn't matter if they're currently hired and, you know, are expected to be hired, doesn't matter. You know, if we know them, send them an invite, let them know what's going on, and let's just all catch up with each other, you know.
It's really nice. It's really, really nice.
Yeah,
When do I get the trauma dump?
Do it.
Oh, you know,
there you go.
well,
Do it.
Wow.
you know,
Well,
we
I got
actually
that
didn't
tattoo
finish
on
your
your right
dating
nipple.
stuff. Ziggy tried.
Okay.
Ziggy tried to get
Okay.
with me before Flop. All right, I'm
Whoa.
done.
How did you
Hold on a
guys not
minute.
know this? How did you guys not know this? I tried to fuck
That's crazy.
both Dark
I
and
was
Rose.
dispatched. I didn't pay
Oh
attention to
my
CD drama.
Yeah,
What?
Now I
Rose,
get
this
to throw it in
reminds me-
Flop's face that
Rose,
he wasn't
it
his first choice.
That's true.
Oh, sorry.
Rods,
Yeah.
it kind of reminds me. I have a photo I found like from like
Should we
8
Oh.
years
mention
ago.
that
I
thing?
forgot
I'm
to give to you.
scared. I'm scared.
You should be.
The
Oh
thing?
no.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Let me hand it over to you here.
Why
No,
not? Why
no.
not?
Because
Why
Anyway.
not?
I think you remember the situation. Let
It
me
was
hand
really
over to you.
cool seeing y'all. I got a meeting to go to though, so I'll see
Okay.
y'all around.
Bye.
Have a
Bye.
good one.
Take care, brother.
Bye. Thank you for taking me off the shit list.
Wait, so who's not a cop?
It's gonna be in your
here?
email. I found this and I remember
Should
like
we
I think it'd be
6,
easier to
7 years
ask
ago.
who is a
Yeah.
cop.
Yeah.
Ask who is a cop.
Okay,
I think it'd be
there's
easier.
so much talking. Who
Yeah.
is a cop? Raise your hand.
yeah.
Jesus
Also a good
fucking-
chunk.
And then
Wait,
have
what's
the,
happening?
Have the
your
rest
hand
of
up if you're a
you
cop.
have
Oh,
the rest
sorry.
of you applied to be a cop?
Most of us, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure
Most
no
of us.
person said
Yeah.
I
that.
think
mean,
the only
with
two
the
people
way
that
Rose
said
is
they
talking,
hadn't
I'm-
was Kareem and Matt.
No, I
Yeah,
haven't.
Mine
it's
hasn't
just- it's
applied.
Oh, and Fiora.
You guys are like more than competent. I don't understand.
Well, don't forget that these captains unfortunately don't know any of these people.
Yeah.
And
So
they're probably hearing a bunch of shit.
There's a
from, like,
lot of conversations
Mm.
of the failed PD and so on happening too.
Yeah.
With that, with
Yeah.
the old guard.
That was
Constantly
5
blaming for that.
fucking years ago. That was
No,
five
Okay,
fucking
it's
years
okay, guys.
We
I'm
are
sorry,
not
guys.
the
Okay,
responsibles
sorry.
for the shit that
No.
the Senate did, and that is yeah, that one I
Hell,
don't.
PD, listen, any department
what?
I was in was an overwhelming success, tear
Literally
down
a
by the
success
Senate,
every time,
because
yeah.
every other department was angry with us. Okay,
Yes.
they go
Every
fuck
other
themselves.
department
You know what? Here's my bigger issue. I'm pissed that okay. You know, if they had an issue, okay, why didn't they ask? They knew I
Thank
had an issue.
you.
Why didn't they ask me? So you know what? I'm just saying we speed run into the ground right now. Okay, so I'm a.
You know, after
can't.
everything you
Can't
said,
finish.
Rhodes, all I think is, you know, this is the crew here, right? We storm out the sheriff's office. We create the sheriff's office there. You know, whoever wants to be, you know, like, you know, this is it, you know, and we'll just hire everyone that is in this room, right?
Oh,
all of
I'm
our
not
old
gonna be
friends
a
that still
cop
want to be,
again.
whoever
Just
wants to be a cop, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
include me in that
And
one,
that's
yeah.
it. And we storm out. We make Espinosa sheriff, like we all said ages ago,
Hell yeah.
right? And that's it.
Hell
Done.
yeah.
We'll get the sheriff's office back and running, and this is the crew.
Oh my god!
And
I
we'll
need
have
it.
our own
County
skeleton
units.
crew. And this is our skeleton crew, guys, and we got it. Done.
See that
Easy.
that's not a
Hell yeah.
skeleton crew though. That's a full body.
Exactly.
We have the
Full body,
foundation.
see?
We'd have the foundation to build
How do
very
we make
quickly.
this happen? Wait,
We also-
Jenny, we need to make sure that Simona wins the election so you can make it happen, the sheriff's department for us, okay?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sure.
We also need to remember
Okay,
hire
thank
Minerva
you.
and Jess. We need Minerva and Jess.
There you
And
go.
Hayes, there's a lot of
And
people
Hayes.
here that have been
Yeah.
missing. There's definitely quite a few.
Hey,
Oh,
who's
hey,
that?
Who's going?
I'm Bison. It's really depressed right now.
Oh no.
Hello?
Hey.
It's Riggs.
Hey,
Riggs. Hey Riggs.
Hey.
How's it going?
How's it going?
Yeah, it's going.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, let's have
good.
Siggy's
Yeah.
trauma
Actually,
to
I have
Yeah.
wait,
Oh,
before
okay.
before his trauma done, I have a question.
I'm gonna fucking lose my mind.
I'm sorry.
Damn,
Just a
dude, you
quick
just said
one.
fuck your
It's-
trauma.
Oh my god.
Has anyone heard from Jerry Sweets at all?
No.
I saw him twat out the other day, and he said still alive, or something
Oh.
like that.
okay.
Yeah.
You want to know who
He
is
hasn't
alive?
reached out to me?
Fitzpatrick. He's
Yep.
actually alive.
Oh.
I saw him on the stairs of the apartments.
Oh my
He's a
god.
functioning human. It's crazy.
You know, Max over there questioned if he was coming because apparently he was kind of a frequent flyer here when on duty.
No,
he
so
was.
okay. So
He's
I worked
always
here.
here.
So yeah, I worked here for over a year, and Fitzpatrick would come in every single day when he was on duty, and he would buy a 6-pack and a 6-pack of mead, and then something else is like 2 other things as well. He would put them in the back of his car. He would do a shift. He would get out of his uniform. He would then go drink the night away, fall asleep, come back and do it again the next day. That was Fitz.
Jesus.
That was Fitz, and he
Damn,
did that
that's-
for like.
That sounded
year.
like the method.
What was his exact order, Max? Was the 6-pack of mead and?
Is either 6-pack of mead or 6-pack of pale ale.
There you go.
The
Yeah.
Chug and tug.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That was it. 6-pack
alright.
of pale ale and then 3 meads.
All right, I think no more questions, Ziggy.
Okay,
It's your
no,
time.
Have your
No, it's,
moment.
it's fine. Does everybody else have anything they want to? It's fine.
No, no, you go.
No, go ahead.
You
go
go,
ahead.
moment.
Ziggy. It's your turn.
It's- you know,
please.
Okay, well, you know, it's,
Hey, Jenny,
I feel like
do you know
I'm,
I'm just.
Come back.
Oh my gosh. What do you guys do?
All right, I'm gonna go get it.
Go get him.
This was his
It
breaking
was just
point.
too
I love you, Dupog. This was his breaking point. He's never gonna be a cop now.
Oh God.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we just
Look,
really
I
have
could
to make
trauma
it
dump
happen.
you
and
all.
open
I
the
could
sheriff's
trauma dump you
department.
all, but you know, you'd need like a week for all the trauma that I got saved up. So
Oh God.
I'm gonna save you all that
God.
lovely trip down that
No, go
alley.
ahead, Jenny. Tell us everything. Go ahead.
Jenny and I did LSD.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So the day I retired, well, actually, it was a few days before I retired. I did LSD and Pam was, are we all shocked? Are we
Jenny!
all, what? You
No.
all shocked? And like, I actually raise your hand in here if you didn't once get high when you're off duty.
That's
listen,
what
I
I'm
gotta
saying.
go,
Like,
everybody.
Damn,
Kaminsky
Jenny.
one.
Okay,
Kaminsky
okay,
slept in
and
the
let me-
shower. You guys have a
and let
good
me
day.
just add another one because Days just put her hands up.
Listen, technically, I
Raise
was
your
on
hand if
duty.
you
I'm
if you
just-
didn't
doesn't
get-
wanna
if
answer the
another guy-
phone.
Yeah, like raise
drove
your
away
hand
in his
if you didn't
pencil.
get high while in uniform, all on duty.
Okay,
Yes, I
Jenny, this
definitely
is
smoked
fucked
weed while I
up,
was on
okay?
duty.
Thank you, you
Listen.
motherfucker self-reflect.
Shut up, Jenny.
Self-reflect, Jenny. You doing LSD? That's a lot different from smoking a damn joint. What the hell's wrong with you?
LSD is
Okay,
just a psychedelic.
it's just a
Mine was
psychedelic.
metamorphine and it was
Psychedelic?
science. Okay,
Yeah.
just
Hers was
saying.
metamorphine,
I know
and,
that one,
and
Daisy.
I'm gonna be honest. Like half of the investigation division, every time there was a drug, took it. So I don't know what to
Yeah.
tell you all. We had to find out what it did. There you go.
Exactly. I didn't need
never
Anita
did
to punch
that.
me in the face, but she did that.
I did punch Daisy in the face while she was high metamorphic.
Oh my god,
Does he
Anita,
actually
remember when you
He
hit
doesn't
me
want
with
to answer my phone call. I swear to God.
a bat over the head?
What a dickhead.
So
When did I do that?
Here's
Wait,
a, here's
was
a
it a
fun one.
sledgehammer maybe?
I
Or was
think
it
it
a bat?
was. I don't
Here's
know.
a fun one for you that'll actually upset some of you, but it's not as deep as it was. It's just kind of funny in the long run. We had a CCA group which was called Cops Anonymous, and we actually had we actually had pins made for 1, 3, and 6 and 12 months of not doing anything corrupt in high command. And you got
What the hell?
What the
Jenny, should
fuck?
we tell them about our high command visit to the golf course that one?
Oh yeah, we were,
I was high command. How have I missed this?
Y'all kind of left Rose in the dust.
Oh, you know what? You're right. You're right. Listen, I already had to deal with Pred shit.
Well, yeah. Well, this was mostly Pred as well. We took nearly every member of High Command that was on duty to have a investigation, quote unquote, conversation at the golf course, which turned into every single member taking some form of drug and beating each other up. And
I wasn't there.
Yeah, yeah. So I have more if you want more. I have many stories.
boy.
There
Peter?
was at one point there wasn't a single there was a lot of you that I drove with, but at one point every single person I rode with committed a crime on duty in front of me. It got a bit intense at that point.
Not me.
So yeah, so a lot of you.
Baby, you all right?
Thank God I was just a cadet when I rode with you.
Yeah. So yeah. What else? Yeah. Everyone used to take cocaine out of the lockers and do
You
it.
say everyone. I never did no damn cocaine. Jenny.
Majority of people would try cocaine in the locker room downstairs.
Who is everyone?
She means it's Gunner. That's what she means by everybody.
No. Gunner dealt on duty. He was different. He didn't take his own product. He just
What?
dealt on duty. Yeah, he dealt on no pills. He had a pill press that
What do they
made
want?
on
No
pills.
wonder they don't want to fucking hire us no more.
There's more. There's loads more.
Kareem's onto something here.
Yeah, I sent about once a week. I sent about 4 people off duty for either being high, beating another cop, drunk, or having like a mental breakdown. It was like
I
4 a
wouldn't
week.
hire us. I wouldn't hire us neither.
Yeah,
Marco Holiday once threw me into the pit on purpose.
Yeah.
Oh my
There was a war in
Honestly,
Sandy
that seems
Shores,
like something
guys,
you would do.
and
don't
there's
even
so
know what
we're
I
drowning
did.
people in a pool. Yes, if you're in CPD, there was a chance that you got bagged and tagged and taken to Guantanamo. There was a chance of that too. Guantanamo was the island opposite my house up on up by the lighthouse, and
Oh my god!
Juno got taken.
I got kidnapped there.
Juno got taken
they
there.
Fucking fucking who was it? It was Pred. It was Brian. They fucking kidnapped me, and then I was going along with it at first, and then I think it was Bass that they had in handcuffs.
Yeah, they had Bass and you in handcuffs, and I had to come save you both and tell them to stop.
I went to uncuff him, but at that point they all started rushing downstairs.
Yeah,
it was at like a basement of a house on the island.
Oh, there we go.
And then
there's my
then
mic.
they cuffed
Sorry.
me. And then I managed to get out of the post.
because
and
I got rid of you both.
Fucking
Like,
Den Shiesty. Den Shiesty fucking tackled me and cuffed me.
Yep. So yeah, there's a lot of stories. If you just want some fun trauma dumping, you can call me anytime. And if you want to feel better about yourself as a PD member, you can just call me. I got stories about all of you.
It kind of reminds me the day when SCU found a nuclear submarine.
Yep, SCU
with
found
no
a nuclear.
people in it.
Yep, we found nuclear.
What do you mean a nuclear submarine?
There was a nuclear submarine off the east coast of the island that was there for a long, long time and would pop up every now and then. In fact, it was there at the Sanguine War. After the Sanguine War, we went to go look for Moose, and we ended up getting actually followed. Actually, this is great. The submarine followed us back to the Leviathan, where Dark proceeded to face it head on and put his hands up and surrender to it. So
that's him.
Blow up, one of the boats. There was people in it though. So I remember having to save Candice.
Yeah, he blew up one of the boats and he blew up one of our subs as well.
Yep,
Jenny,
I was on one of those boats.
what happened that we might not have told you is we found a nuclear submarine abandoned. We might have went into that nuclear submarine and accidentally fired torpedoes at the island.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my
We then,
god.
we then took it. We then took it to the south, and we did science about shooting a boat.
Yep.
Wait, what part of the island was that?
East Coast.
Yeah, there was one.
okay.
There was one that was down there, and then there's one that just came back and forth, and we think it was the Eastern Bloc, but it was the Eastern Bloc. And they just kind of post up every couple of weeks and be like, "Hey guys, we're here," and we'd be like, "Hey guys, we see you," and then they'd like attack us with a helicopter. It was like dating. It was like city. It was like in a city flirting at that point.
It's crazy. So many people thought I was corrupt because of who I was tied to and whatnot in the past. And the only corrupt thing I ever did was take LSD.
I never thought you
What do you mean?
I'm gonna
Why
be
is everyone
honest.
doing LSD? What do you mean
You're
only?
the only one freaking out about LSD. LSD
Am I
is
the
a
only one that doesn't
psychedelic.
think it's LSD? Like what the fuck?
So I just know everybody was always trying to get a hold of LSD.
Nothing compared
You're in this city and there's there was metamorphine, dude. Like metamorphine is like the worst shit you can take. It's like got concrete in it for God's sake.
but you got but you have to understand, you guys are fucking officers.
It was like 6 years ago. It's fine.
Yeah.
Hey, babe, do you remember the last day on duty?
Yep.
Getting ejected with metamorphine? Yep.
Listen, me and Anderson went down together. We made a 10 out of 10 presentation when we did that.
And I have the final thing that just that might cover up this whole story, that might kind of tie it up in a nice bow about our entire 5 years in the PD. Pride 100% hurt Kiki Pendragon.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Yeah, there was a book about it.
Yeah, 100. No, but he 100% ocean dumped her.
Oh.
Yeah.
He won that court case though, didn't he?
He won the court case, but he 100% did it.
Oh.
Well,
I
just
don't know how
remember,
that-
you're not
that
found
man-
innocent. You're
I
found
don't
not
know.
guilty. There's a difference.
I don't know how that man got away with as much shit as he fucking did.
He was a good liar, that's why.
Not only
I
that,
think it
he
That's why the
could.
Great High Committee behind
He was actually okay.
Yeah.
Crazy. Pred was a phenomenal communicator.
Mhm.
Could acknowledge who to put in what role,
Yep.
and also surrounded himself with people who could pull him back to center, at least close to
Yes.
when he stepped out. And so you really think about it. I know it sounds crazy. He sort of safeguarded him and everything around him by selecting the correct people who could do that.
Yeah.
And
I want to
it's
tell
crazy.
you that it wasn't unseen the shit he did, and he didn't get away with it. I know it seems like he did because he never got removed, but he was nearly removed at least 3 times, and each time somebody from High Command, whether it was myself or another member, intervened to make it stop. So he wasn't innocent. We didn't think he was innocent. We never thought he was, but the reality is that you guys really I know that some of you didn't like him, but I know that some of you really did, and some of you have the happiest memories in the PD that he was part of, and that's why we kept him there a lot of the times, because he did in the end make some of us feel like family. So it was kind of the short of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think a good leader at the end knows how to delegate and knows how to, like you said, surround yourself with great people.
Wasn't Pred one of the pioneers of the whole PD meeting thing that we used to do?
Yep.
I think I still do that.
Where we'd start with the roll call,
Attendance,
and everyone on the dispatch bot would have to be
my
given down,
God.
and even
Yeah.
dispatch got called out on it.
And if you missed it, you got removed,
Yep.
even though you're in the room. Yep, I remember.
And he actually started it by saying it was meeting 105
day,
or
yeah.
whatever, but actually telling us how many meetings had been.
Yep. And like I said, I think the craziest thing is that if you took him and then look at me, we are polar opposites. I never get loud. I never I don't yell at people. The way we are completely different. I don't get upset about things. You tell him the wrong thing one day and he went crazy, right? But I think that's what the goal should be when in a leadership position, right? Because if you surround yourself with people who are identical to you, you're never going to find a middle ground because you're already there. There's no concessions that have to be made from people who may have a sort of difference of opinion regarding stuff. And so I don't know. Like I said, I think it worked out fairly well. When I joined the BCSO, it was the underdog, and ended up being too successful, split. It was just like one thing after another after another. Listen, I enjoyed the ride.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the ride, and I'd be down to do it all over again.
Was a good one.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Mhm.
say Bloom was
Yeah.
a bitch. That's what I'm gonna say. He was a fucking bitch, man.
God damn.
Bloom was a
Damn.
bitch.
Oh.
Pond was a bitch. There were so many fucking
Oh
assholes.
my god. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I said what I fucking said.
Damn, Gino. What
They
the
were
fuck?
assholes. There
I
were
like
so
Pound.
many. There were so many more assholes. Hey, just because you're a competent cop doesn't make you a good fucking person.
Oh shit.
Unrelated. Anyone ever accidentally shoot a cop during their final eval? Like, just asking.
Not just on regular duty.
Oh, I
Yeah.
definitely accidentally shot Dan in the fucking head.
Yeah,
As he
I've
ran
been
in front of
shot,
a
yeah.
close fire.
I shot Mackenzie Hayes in the head as an accident.
Oh my god.
I've been shot by a
Shot
few of
me
you
in the
while
back
training, so yeah.
once.
Yeah.
Vale
It
shot
wasn't
me
a
with a Mark
payback,
14.
but I shot her in the head.
I'll be
Oh,
honest,
didn't
I
you-
probably shot all of you at
I've
least once
definitely been
because you
shot
wore
by
black
helicopters.
uniforms.
Yeah.
Because you're on LSD.
Hey,
I never took
Stop with the LSD!
So
Daisy.
oh, sorry. Go ahead, Horford. My bad.
There was a shootout with some gang by the what's it called, like Palomino Rail Yard. I thought you were one of the criminals, and I shot you by accident. I'm sorry.
Fuck you.
Oh, no.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Is it
I'm also-
crazy?
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
So for me, during my final eval, we were chasing someone at Lower Pillbox, and do you know, like, to the left of Lower Pillbox, there's like that area where you can park bikes, and there's also massive bushes that kind of go towards the stairs. There was a suspect in there, or so we thought. I didn't realize Emily Reinhart ran in. I saw the movement. We were cleared to shoot, so I shot, and it was my final eval. You know, I still passed, so I'm thankful for that.
So
Oh, go
I
ahead.
think Winston Walker. So everyone knows when Winston first started PD, he was like a dog with an agenda. He was sniffing out everything, and he would go down, and he would constantly watch the 37 calls down in Orchardville. And it was his final eval, and all he had to do was respond to one and see in the area. But he didn't want to just do that. He wanted to prove that he could watch the drugs, and he knew what was going on down there. He parked us up in Orchardville. Within 2 minutes, we got surrounded by the entirety of BSK. We then proceeded to hold him up, steal all his stuff, and then shoot both of us. And that was his final eval.
Oh no.
And it gets better. It gets better because Pred was there in the back seat, and he leant forward to look like he was already dead.
Oh,
In the back of the car. So he wouldn't get shot.
You know how hard that must have been for him to stay quiet?
Right.
it must have been impossible. Goddamn.
Do you guys remember the PD drinking nights where we'd all drink
Oh,
shit ton of
God.
fucking
Yes.
water?
Oh, I did not come around.
So
on
Yeah, me
long.
neither.
Those were my favorites, but there was this bench trial that happened with James Randall, and it was Bundy and I. And we were trying to get there, but somehow we went to the dam instead. I think we thought it was HOA court. And then I tried to grab James, and somehow I accidentally ocean dumped him.
That's a big old oops.
How?
I don't fucking know, but I accidentally oceaned up the guy at the dam. I was really, really, hydrated.
Hydrated?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So fucking hydrated.
Do y'all have like things that stood out to you as cadets? Because I have, I think, 3. Number one,
yeah.
for me, one of them was actually with Kareem. Kareem, you remember my first traffic stop with you? It was a fucking clown car. Like 5 clowns jumped out of the fucking trunk. Do you remember that? Kareem?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Kareem's another planet.
Oh no! It must be the
Oh my god.
LSD.
So the one, so I wasn't a non-solo cadet for long. I got solo cadet in like 5 days or something. But on the 3rd day, it was Minerva. God bless Minerva. I miss her. I adore her.
Mm-hmm.
But I was driving and I was like, I want to go pick up my paycheck. So we get to the vault. The second we walk through the vault doors, we get held up.
I
so
remember this.
We put our fucking hands up and all this shit. And they put bags over our heads. They cuff us and then they put something on my belt. And I can hear the radio the entire fucking time. I don't know, I can't see anything. I don't know what's going on. Eventually, while listening to radio, I realized that my GPS blip is just non-existent. No one could see where it was. And they put that jammer on my belt, I guess, that prevents people from seeing where you are on duty. And that was my 3rd day of being a fucking cop, and I was shitting myself. I was like screaming out the window of the car because at one point they abandoned it. Turns out, whoever the fuck shit talks Michael Simone's fake death at the time, they like went around, I guess, trying to get their revenge or whatever. And it was fucking Nick Simone. He kidnapped me, put a bag over my head and everything. And I was a cadet. I had nothing to do with whatever the fuck happened.
So that's my family member now, but yeah, courtesy of Simone Enterprises, guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it makes you feel better, Juno, he did the same to me. So
yeah, no, it was it's funny. Like, I'm not complaining. It was fucking funny. It was terrifying at the time, but it was funny.
Yeah.
You want to let him know, Jenny, about our adventure with Michael's fake death?
Yeah, I knew. Okay, so a lot of people know that I was kind of involved in all that a lot of the time. I realized he was alive because the guy kept pinging me to locations. There you go. But to try and prove that he was alive and to kind of get a one up on him, I made Fury and Pond dig up his grave.
Oh wow.
That is
fuck. My God.
In the middle of the night.
In the middle of the night, and they dug his grave, and they took a finger. No, this is the conspiracy, guys. You don't understand. It's a conspiracy. And I took a finger. They took a finger from me, just a baby finger, and then they left it alone. We drove past 45 minutes later, and Flossie was stood at the grave and could see that it had been touched. And this was on the Friday night. Then nothing happened. It was quiet all weekend. Monday morning comes, and there's a 911 saying that somebody's fucked with Michael Simone's grave. And we get there, and Brian excavates it. There's no body at all. So after we had fucked with it, they'd come back because they realized we had done something, like someone had done something and had proof, and had taken the entire body away. And then they'd report to the cops, which kind of, made me go, hey, I know that it's fucking you guys then, because it was girlfriend and she didn't report it and all that yada yada. So then I had this bone, which by the way, Bass knew about, just so you're all aware. Bass was very much, wouldn't suspend me for doing this, by the way, just putting that out there. I had the bone, and literally it came out on the Monday, and on the Tuesday, magically, Nicholas Simone passed a rule in the hospital that anybody wanting blood tests or bone marrow tests had to go through him for approval. And so that just basically confirmed everything. And so I went to Bass and told everything, and I was like, okay, I've done something wrong here. I've legitimately made other officers desecrate a grave for me. I want to be suspended, and he wouldn't. So that was when I 311 and called him a fat bitch over 311, and that's what got me suspended.
Man, I think the most corrupt thing I did was insult people. My goodness. And I wouldn't even say it's corrupt as much as it is just a little unprofessionalism.
Guys, it's fine. It's fine. I'm his campaign manager now.
So if any of you guys are ever around during NA, and if you're around during NA on Thursday, let me know.
Okay.
Why? Hey, Kareem.
It's my birthday.
Oh.
Hey, what's up?
Your birthday awfully close to mine.
When's yours?
25th.
That's not that close.
I think you were daydreaming.
It's a week fucking apart.
I was zoning out. What's going
Birth is in 2 days.
I had mentioned that, things that sort of stood out as a cadet. Do you remember? It may have been the first. I think it was the first time you ever took me out as a cadet. The first car I pulled over, it was like the Haywick Ellis Freeway on ramp.
You better talk about the clown car.
The clown car. Yep.
Yeah.
My first traffic stop. It looks like the vehicle's occupied by like, I don't know, if it was a 2-door, 2 people, if it was 4-door, 4 people. And then, I'm not kidding, the trunk pops and fucking like 5 people jump out and just start fucking
15, 5 clowns that start running down the street. It's like, welcome to the police department, bro. was right outside of Mission Road too. It was right on the bridge. I think, wasn't it?
No, it was the like Haywick, Ellis Freeway, like Haywick
Oh, okay.
Popular onto Ellis Freeway. Yeah, I won't forget that. Holy.
I got a dip, but
good to see you.
Yeah, very nice to see everybody
shit
here.
ton of cars on my phone number.
Whoa.
Oh. And also,
Damn.
just a little, you know, a little. I wouldn't call it. I can't think of the word right now. I'm so tired.
It's all right. It's all right. We'll give you time to think.
I am Max's campaign manager. If you guys are interested in knowing more about his platform, let me know.
Hey, no way! You only said that when Jenny left.
No,
you get the reason. Jenny's back. Jenny's back. Now you get to say it.
I adore Jenny. I adore Jenny. Hang on. I adore Jenny. Michael's a friend of mine. Okay. I adore Jenny. Michael's a friend of mine. It ain't that deep, okay? It ain't that
I
deep.
about her working with Max, so I don't care.
Yeah, no, I know. It was the suspicious timing of her only saying it when you left.
Oh yeah, no, it's fine. I mean, the reality is, a Maximilian Thoroughbred is, as Juno can tell you, is terrified to speak to me and runs away from me all the time.
Oh. He thinks very highly of you, though.
He thinks very highly of me, but will not hold a conversation with me and is scared of me and runs away from me. So,
no, but seriously, if you guys if you guys want to know anything about the platform, just hit me up. I wouldn't be vouching so hard for someone that I didn't believe in. So yeah.
Same. So you know, Juno and I are buddies. We're good. We're both working on different platforms, but we're cool.
Yeah.
We've been to each other's meetings, so it doesn't matter.
And it's also super important to be like, if you guys are planning on voting, to get to know different, you know, campaigns and whatnot.
I have a question for y'all. If the other person wins, does that mean you're kind of happy because you don't have the workload of the entirety of the like mayor's office?
No, I'd like to help.
Okay.
I mean, no.
I mean, look, if Michael wins, you know, I'm happy. If Max wins, I'm especially happy, because then, you know, I'll be in the office as well and helping in any way that I can. But either way, you know, if and
Michael
also,
wins, I'll be happy. If Mac Ring wins, fuck Max, but I'd be happy for Juno.
But the thing is like, the way that it works is like, so the runner-up, whoever wins, and then the runner-up becomes the deputy mayor.
Yeah.
And then the chief of staff position is selected by the mayor themselves.
Yeah. So chief of staff is the new name for what would have been a deputy mayor before.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I don't want to keep anyone too long.
Ziggy ain't coming back, guys. He ain't coming back, so he's
Damn, fucking bad, man.
I have a quick story about Cadet, and I don't know if DuPont, you remember when it was my final eval.
Oh, did I do yours?
Yeah.
Sorry, I did so many.
No, you're good. But I made one of like the most embarrassing mistakes that you could probably make on your fine. Well, we were sat at some traffic lights, and this car went speeding past, and it was beating the hell up. Like, you could barely recognize what kind of car it was. And it sped past through a red light, so I started pursuing it. I called it out. I was doing comms.
You guys were amazing. It was
Have
so
a good
nice
one.
to meet you.
Bye,
Bye,
Juno.
guys. Thank you for the invite.
I was doing the comms and everything. I was like, okay, we're in an 80. This is, you know, part of my final eval. I'm gonna shine. And all of a sudden I hear over radio, probably 3 or 4 blocks into the chase. Why are you chasing me? And it was
oh my god,
it was Tracy Martel. in a beaten up unmarked Charger, and I hadn't realized I was following up Blip, and it was the most embarrassing mistake I think I've ever made on duty.
You know what? Really you know what's crazy though? It's embarrassing for you, but I'm gonna tell you, as detectives, we have fucking horror stories of you guys rolling up on us in the middle of like, I was meeting with a CI on a hill, And I told everyone on duty, I was like, do not come to this hill. Do not come to this hill. And that poor fucker that like signed on after I got already UC and saw me on the hill and was like, I'm going to go check on her, was, you know, that poor soul. Yeah. So you know what? You might think that it was the worst thing ever, but honestly, it was you should feel fine about it. It was so common.
I mean, it's very funny now, but it was at the time. I wanted the ground to
soul
just
crushing,
swallow me
yeah.
up. It was my final eval, man.
It happens.
Yeah.
It
So
happens.
I'm gonna leave in a minute, but my claim to fame is that I was the final eval for both Jaden Bane and Carmine. So you're welcome, guys.
Wait, hold on, Jenny, you can't leave. We need to take a photo.
Oh, okay.
Wait out, Ziggy!
Ziggy, I texted Ziggy.
Photoshop him in.
No, I texted Ziggy. I said, "Come back for a photo?" ? He said, "Someone stole my car, but I'm gonna try."
He said, I said we were all waiting for his trauma dump, and he said, but I'm with people, and I said, bring them too, and then he put the phone down on me.
Oh no. Where should we take a photo?
You know by the steps, maybe?
Yeah, on the steps.
Can we do the 3, 2, 1 fuck Ziggy?
Oh
On
yeah,
the
the
steps
steps.
like we were at high school.
Did you just say you felt bad?
I don't feel bad anymore. He's an asshole.
Oh God, Luce.
It's okay.
You guys know what I did during one of my FTO session with Ripley when I was hired?
What?
I smoked weed.
Wait, am I dumb or should it be the opposite way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, what do we do?
Short people up top.
Not red hair gang up top.
We should
Oh,
all
yeah,
go.
okay,
We're not a gang.
The red hair gang. Red hair gang.
Oh shit. Okay, we're too many people.
No,
Who's
not
gonna
a gang.
take the photo though?
Max.
Max. Oh, he just lit up a
Perfect.
cigarette.
Come
Shit.
in line with each other. Make sure we're all in the same.
Cream.
Yeah, we're all in line with
Hold
each
on,
other.
I'm gonna be next to Hall.
Sorry, I made
Okay.
Ziggy leave.
Fake red hair gang.
I'm next to
We need to
Hall.
make it even.
No, it's fine. I'll be next to Barrett.
Yeah, we're allies.
We were allies.
All right, guys, you
Yeah,
see how
but I'm sorry,
perfectly we're doing on this
Ziggy.
side? Clean yourself up. Come on, you guys.
You're gonna ask me.
Give me your fucking
No,
self
bundle
up.
up a little bit.
Are we getting like?
Bundle up.
Are we?
Clean up.
Should-
Yeah,
should
come in.
we?
You have to,
Okay,
like-
shit. Look, close it, close it, close it.
Oop.
Sorry.
We going down?
Yes,
Ziggy!
Fuck you, Ziggy.
Oh God, I thought I would have to
This is
grab a
for
photo
red
from him
hair.
being 10 Ziggy.
Hey,
Put him in.
Ziggy.
Okay.
Are we saying cheese or fuck Ziggy?
Okay.
Fuck Ziggy.
Well, I'm gonna stand in the middle here. 'Cause, okay, maybe not. Hold
Damn
on.
it.
Right, make sure none of us are talking and Max is the only one
It's good enough.
talking.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
It's all right.
No, this hard.
Wait, hold on.
Don't worry, I
Take a
got
picture
this.
quick. I'm doing a 2-step.
Cream, you're gonna be blurred. All right.
It's okay.
Shit, you're right.
Nailed it. Wait, hold
You
on.
ready?
Almost. I promise.
Max, once we've all gone quiet, just do us a favor and talk to us for a little bit. Take a picture, and then we'll all look at you.
Alrighty.
Can you make this angle look good or no?
I think it looks fine.
Perfect.
Okay, are you all ready? I'll count you down.
Count me down.
No one else talk,
3,
please.
2, 1. I thought we were going to say like the cheese or the.
I think it's So here's the thing. I think it's best.
Yeah, you can't talk because if we start talking, you all look at the person who's talking. So we only need you talking, so we all look at you.
Yeah, Max
That's
needs
why.
to continue talking.
Okay.
Why are you pushing so much hair? Stop dancing. We're taking a photo, man.
I'm talking, Emma.
All right, one more time. 3, 2, 1, and cheese. There we go. I've taken a few. Who am I sending it to?
Send it to me, and I'll send it. I'll send it around.
I'm not sure if I have your number.
Here. There you are.
Imagine if he shows that or put that in the
If I'm
meeting room
blurry,
at the
I'm gonna be
police
so mad.
station, and you're going to be the
Nice
only
cream.
dumbass dancing in the photo.
Oh, that's good. That shows character.
Okay, how about Ziggy tell us his venting
No,
now?
trauma dump
Please.
Ziggy.
We gotta have
Yeah.
it.
Come on. Yeah, we want to hear it.
No. Okay, and now it's a
What if
forced
I
thing
cry?
instead of just like
How
doing
you
it
get
like
up
everybody
there?
else did. So
I
I don't want to.
wanted to hear it.
It's
What if I
Yeah, we all
cry?
wanted to
No.
hear it.
What if I
no,
cry?
it's fine.
You're gonna make
Please,
Diplo cry.
Ziggy.
You're gonna
Okay,
make
you-
Diplo cry.
Ziggy, please.
Crocodile tears. I don't
Oh
care.
no.
Wow.